Never.
Good evening, and welcome to the July 16, 2024 Town Council Workshop. Tonight we'll be discussing items we're going to be included in our joint meeting next month with the planning board, which is an opportunity to review our comprehensive land use plan. And so hopefully we'll have some good ideas tonight. I'd like to start off the evening by having the attorney to go over the items the staff think are important or that have to be included in the discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There are just a couple of things that you normally do at this joint meeting in the sort of late summer, early fall, and that is to kick off a conversation about the update to your comprehensive land use plan. So that would be a typical item that would be on that agenda. There are a couple of other items that I have heard from either town council or the planning board in some of their recent communications and actions that we've also included, and that is taking a look at your growth areas resolution, particularly like the Reeds Creek corridor. I know that one has been discussed by the planning board, and then as it relates to the future claims map. So that's on for discussion. And I know that Council Member Wood wanted a conversation about short-term rentals, and I think y'all had agreed at your last meeting to put that on this joint meeting. So those are the three items that that we as staff talked about. James Eller, the planning director, he is on long-awaited vacation, so he's not here. But Scotty and I did talk to him before he left to make sure that we weren't missing this season. Happy to add whatever else that council would like to add to the agenda. I'll just say for tonight, we're not looking at any discussions of these. We're just looking to sort of get a list of items that we would like to discuss.
Right. So I just happened to met with a landowner this morning, who owns 2 multi-acre parcels on Unity Road, these principles like market. So I think that this then itself to this stuff that you mentioned, and we know that's not happening. So, folks, what other items do you think would be, this is an opportunity we want to get twice a year to really brainstorm with the planning board. What are some other items do you think should need to be included in this discussion?
I think thought at one time about possibly an exchange maybe twice a year with the neighborhood on common issues that more of each other. And so I think you and I are talking about that. So I think that would be something before we had the water issue, it's not really the issue now, but maybe other things that we may have accommodations.
So maybe a joint meeting with Woodman's governing body.
Yes.
Yep, I think that's a good suggestion. We can certainly put that on a list to discuss and try to find some time for y'all to.
I was wondering if we should have a discussion regarding existing developments in the county that are wanting to be voluntary annexed regarding road standards. And I think the way I would envision it would be, step one, do they even meet DOT standard or not? And then step two, I say do they meet Weaverville standard or not? And then maybe there's a tiered approach, because I feel like if a developer did something in the county years ago, it's unlikely that they've done it to Weaverville standards. But have they done it to DOT standards? And are the roads in good condition? So I'm wondering if there's a way that we work through more of a decision tree or tiered approach, and then at some point we get to your 90% of where we're supposed to be, and then there's a fee in lieu of. And I'm just brainstorming out loud, so.
I think that's a great suggestion, and there's different ways you can structure that. But right now, we put staff at a disadvantage because we don't really have, they're not setting the policies, so they're just following the rules they have, which are not adequate for the kind of situation we're encountering with people on annexing that.
So something, if I could kind of summarize that, a conversation about some policies regarding street standards and annexation of existing subdivisions or existing developments to streets.
Yeah. I would like to see that expanded more when the development comes in with a proposal of putting another development where they can have a choice. And build roads to scale standards and the DOT standards.
And that's actually in place right now. So new developments, y'all, the town council, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe 4, undertook that. And so the code currently does say for new development, you have to declare at the beginning of your development, whether it's public street, whether you want public streets or private streets. If you want public streets, at the very beginning of the development process, they've got to come before town council to seek that public street commitment. If town council agrees to that, then all the streets have to undergo the testing that, the inspection and testing that, to make sure that they are relative to town standards. So that I think that the new development is actually in pretty good shape. It's the existing development, that is the problem. Although the weakness in that is what's new development today is old development in 20 years. And so then you're right back in that same situation.
It came up, we talked about the signing. My concern is what is actually the difference besides the physical difference of the construction of the roads? How much better is town standards in terms of longevity versus the DOT? So,
And I think you heard Public Works Director Bill Pennell address that a little bit, and I'm sure we can would have him at this, this discussion. But he was thinking that the DOT roads were designed for like a 15-year life, effective life, where the town standards are a minimum of 20, unless there's some weird scenario, and some of them are lasting all the way up to 30 years.
Definitely see the benefit of the Weaverville standard and the long-term cost benefit analysis. Just the reality of trying to avoid the chaos and make a trace in the future and having more of a guided path. And if they don't make it through the guided path, it just didn't work, or maybe they get to a certain point and they have a fee in lieu of to get them the rest of the way. So,
It would also be interesting to know how long DOT standard roads actually do last. Beyond 15 years. If we have some of our roads 130, then more than likely some other roads last beyond 15.
So good information, just making some notes on what type of information that you're looking for to have with this conversation. This is probably, I think this is gonna, if I may suggest, this is probably a whole workshop topic just on this. I'm not sure how the planning board is necessarily gonna, they will definitely have opinions on it. I'm not sure that they're gonna necessarily be the best position to guide the council, but certainly it can be approached at that joint meeting.
didn't we have the same situation with Creekside with some things there we had? Acquisition of that. That's just been in the last 2 or 3 years.
There were several. Creekside was one of them. Fox Lair was one. There were some in the Greens Creek Village area that at all requested. What you did at that point is saying, if you're an existing subdivision that has private roads and you want the roads taken over by the town, gave them a certain period of time to apply. And town council, had staff do some reporting on that to you, and y'all made decisions on those. Some of them were denied, some of them were, some of them were, like Creekside, for instance, was given an opportunity to test their roads, and they ended up, not deciding not to test.
That was the development. You know, the residents that say that. It was a question of expectation setting, which is kind of where this whole thing leads for me, is that if we set the expectations ahead of time, at the time when somebody's coming in with a proposal, then we avoid all of this, what is occurred downstream. So I think if we stop it there, and we say, okay, we do that, we can do this, we don't do that, we can do that. Okay. I think that's very clear.
Well, we've had expectations, that people just don't always understand them. When you say, if you want to be a town road, you have to build to the standards. That's an expectation. If you don't build to that, the expectation is you will not be a town road, you'll be a private road.
No, I understand that, but understand that, you know, that the residents, in particular, Creekside, they weren't given the choice. And they were told, oh yeah, these are gonna be town roads. And some of the information I've gotten is that at one point, part of Walton was in fact a town road. And that was like part of the original installation of the very first.
I think, Wheeler, the people in Wheeler Road, their developers told people the same thing.
And those roads were built to town standards and were inspected by town staff, and town council decided on that particular one to not annex because it didn't quite fit the zoning that.
They didn't build it, they built more houses per acre than this.
We are in favor of clear expectations. Absolutely, that makes everybody's job easier.
So I think we're gonna, we can predict that we're gonna see a lot of growth and development, particularly in growth areas 2 and 3. I thought my numbers are right. One's out 2570 and north on 926. So it could be good to have a discussion about what kind of zoning categories we can create that would either prevent or discourage types of development we do not want. And we'll identify what we do want, so how can we create new zoning structures to make sure that we get those things? If we don't, then we're gonna end up with strip malls, Dollar Generals, fast food restaurants, which aren't bad, but we probably want to limit that kind of stuff, otherwise we'll just have roads full of strip malls.
So what I'm hearing is that really taking a look at your growth areas resolution on growth areas 1 and 2, in addition to 5, which is your Reeds Creek. Really taking a look at that and looking at the current zoning districts that you have available, and placing those where you want them placed, but also taking a look perhaps at some additional districts that might be a little bit of a different fit.
You got it.
But, you know, a lot of people on Reeds Creek Road, you can talk to them when they come to some of the community meetings, they'll say, we want more places to eat. You know, that's exactly what they'll say. And another thing is, it is a Dollar General. I know what our opinions is, or what a lot of people's opinion is, but you can get in and out of a Dollar General in 5 minutes and get a gallon of milk and a loaf of bread and, you know, sandwiches for tomorrow's kids' meals and stuff like that. So I would almost foresee a Dollar General somewhere on Reeds Creek in the future, because it is in the county. So if they find the spot they want, they'll do it.
And, you know, I think when we look at that, how do we get the kind of business we've identified in our growth area resolutions? How do we make sure that those kind of developments work yet? And instead of, let's just go on. You know, we've also talked a lot in the past about eliminating or reducing parking minimums. They're kind of going by the wayside. We talked to probably should go by the Lakeside. Here, you can hear us? Just pipe in if you got anything.
I can hear you. I was muted by the host, but I can hear you.
Sorry, we're not hearing you for some reason, but I'm sure whatever you're saying is. Um, any other, what items do you have? And maybe we'll decide the workshops, some of these items as well, that may not be really relevant to the planning board, or may not be. It would be conquered in a couple hours.
Jennifer suggested that the conversation about the road may not be, this meeting next month may not be the best place for that, because it may not involve planning boards. It sounds like there's a lot to talk about. So I'm just suggesting we consider having the conversation about roads being separate from the others.
And that's why.
Maybe September workshop.
If when we do decide what meeting it will be, if it will be September, let me see if I can get anybody from DOT to come. Be great. Or is it gonna be September?
Let's just say,
Okay.
Good idea.
Was there something, Michelle, you want a short-term rental regulation discussion, is this, and you want that with the planning board, I just want to make sure that we're doing what you want on that.
What I was suggesting is that we have not, as a council, really discussed it on its own. Planning board's been discussing it for several months now, maybe they've been discussed, or not, I don't know. But, you know, it's been well over a year since it started, and it's just been in other places and not here. It's for us to talk about it, either at this meeting or soon-ish.
well, I think you make a good point. Planning board's discussed this issue pretty thoroughly, that is, what new we're talking about. Maybe we should just set aside a workshop just for that purpose amongst us.
Maybe, except now we're looking at October, and, you know, it's been already almost a year on that.
Seems like that's a good subject.
We may get some input from them,
Who's will hear what they're thinking.
your that's true. So we,
And they've already provided their draft, final door.
Yeah, there's a recommendation that they have provided, so. They may be able to, the recommendation did include a bunch of comments from, planning board, but, it may be that they can.
So the good issues, that's a full meeting already. Okay, if there's not, if there are no more, then, we put that empty meeting, except for we do have items to discuss about in closed session. Can I get a motion to go into closed session?
And I would word the motion, to enter closed session under North Carolina General Statute, section 143(3)18.11(a)(3), to consult with the town attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege, which is hereby acknowledged. North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11(a)(5), to establish the position to be taken by the public body in negotiating the amount of compensation and other material terms of an employment contract or proposed employment contract, and under North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11(a)(6), to consider the qualifications, competence, performance, character, fitness, conditions of appointment or employment of an individual public officer or employee, or to hear or investigate a complaint, charge, or grievance filed against an individual public officer or employee.
I'll make the motion based on what our attorney has just read.
Thank you, sir. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Okay, we can talk in 2 minutes.
Neither way.
Not all is bad. Thank you all, and we will see you again on Monday, and if there's no other business to come before this evening, we're adjourned.